It kind of blows my mind. I don't know.
And the bottom line is, the Burzyński Clinic does not diagnose. Explain that to us, because this is an important point.
Yeah. Well, one of the criticisms that we've received is that, oh, you know what, that's a person who survived this terrible illness, but was it really a terrible illness?
Was it really that terrible?
Was it really that terrible of a terrible illness? In other words, was there there was probably a misdiagnosis involved. Well, let's make it perfectly clear. We do not diagnose anyone. We don't say that they have this. They come to us from some of the top institutes in the world who have diagnosed them with those type of terminal diseases, and then they come to us for help.
For the treatment.
For the treatment, not for the diagnosis, for the treatment. So the whole platform of this is all just a bunch of misdiagnosed cases, well, I mean, you're insulting not the Burzyński Clinic, but whatever institute they came to us with that.
Thank you, Azad, and we will talk a little bit more about that at another point that's very important. Right now, though, we're going to go back on over to Sherry and Eric. Hi, guys.
Okay, phones are busy. That's great. If you support this kind of programming, give us a call. If you don't, log on to cpt12.org/Burzyński. You can even log on there if you do support the program. We'd love to hear from you. And as mentioned, there's a lot of resources there. All of the Kunari interviews are there. The Dr. Juan interviews are there. The transcript is there. There's opposing information there as well. You know, CPT-12 is about exploring issues that are controversial, that might upset your worldview. But we're asking questions, and we're asking you to think, and we're trying to empower you with this information. And just like Dustin Kunari said right there, do your own research. Dr. Burzyński has said himself, there is not one size fits all, not for any kind of a treatment. Every individual needs to be looked at differently. So give us a call right now. We want to hear from you. Eric, what were we going to talk about? We talked about the infomercial. And let's talk about some of the research that you had to put into this. You said that you spent 3 years researching the subject matter. You had to fight to get into the Burzyński Clinic to even talk to Dr. Burzyński. What did it take?
Sure. After I realized I was going to have trouble gaining Burzyński's trust, understandably, I requested some patients. I said, I want to only speak to patients that were in your clinical trials. They had verified surgical biopsies, and they had never touched chemotherapy or radiation and only did his therapy. And he gave me a short list of those people, and I interviewed several of them, traveled around the nation, called in sick to work, traveled on the weekends, and I sort of put together like a 30-minute piece on these patients. I also got permission, which wasn't easy, to get a hold of all of their medical records from third-party diagnoses from places like the Mayo Clinic or wherever, as well as third-party oncologists verifying their cure, and all the records in between. And I gave that to Burzyński, and then I think he realized that what my intentions were, that I was going to be objective with this, and from there off we go. So it was a matter also, because he's a bit of a pack rat and loves to save all of his files, so it was very simple to go through all of his filing cabinets in his rooms to get all of the Texas Medical Board violations that were filed against him, and the FDA stuff, and then all of the internal stuff that you're going to see later. You're going to see heavy documentation between him and the National Cancer Institute. All of that stuff. It was fantastic because instead of Burzyński just telling me that these things occurred, he was able to prove them all. And I was also able to take those documents and fact check and improve them for myself. So I'm very proud of how airtight this film really is.
Well, we have a lot of different comments. We can't